I've got a few rocks today that I've cleaned off and I'm going to cut open on my lapidary saw. With this one, I'm going to cut along this line around here so that it won't take an eternity for it to tumble. When we go to look at this one, it'll be all wet. When it's wet, you can get a better idea of what the rock will look like when it's polished. All right, let's see what we've got. This one's pretty interesting. Based on where I found it, this is almost certainly granite. I'm not sure how these colors will look once it's polished. Hopefully the variations in color will be a little bit more prominent, but regardless, I like the orange and the red that you can see here. The other half here is a little bit less impressive. It looks more like it's just got kind of an orange smudge on it. Next up is a rock that I found in the same location. It's pretty round already, so I'm going to slice it in half, and hopefully it'll be worth making some little miniature slabs out of so that I can make a cab or two. This one's pretty cool, so I decided to go ahead and make some mini slabs. I could use something like a vice grip to make sure that I get these perfect, but this rock is pretty soft, and I don't really know what I'm looking at here, so I'm going to go ahead and just do it by hand, even though that's less accurate. So here's what we're looking at. I'm a little bit worried that some portions of this might be softer than others and that it won't polish very well, but we'll see. One really interesting thing, these are slightly magnetic. I can kind of feel them pulling at each other. All right, next up. This one doesn't seem to be granite, but we'll see when we cut it open. Right off the bat, I can tell this material is harder than the previous material, which makes sense. Something like quartz is closer to a 7, where granite's more like a 6. So we'll see what this looks like. Oh, wow, and that's just gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some slabs out of this one. All right, now that we're in some better light, let's take a look at these. I think this one is going to have a really nice pattern and should polish up really well. It's much harder than the granite that I originally cut, so hopefully that means it will be a little bit easier to work with on the flat lap. And it turns out it was pretty easy to work with on the flat lap. I think this cabochon came out really nice. These rocks today all came from Nelson County, Virginia. I had a really great time cutting them open. It was definitely neat to see something different than what I would typically find here in my neck of the woods. If you've enjoyed and you'd like to see more videos like this, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe for more.